How Russia lost chess. A little Get Smarter React. I'm interested in this because I've been playing chess lately. If you guys don't know, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm a 1300 player. Okay, that puts me in an elite category. It's Magnus Carlsen, it's Hikaru Nakamura, and it's me. We're all well above 1299. We have a certain je ne sais chess. And so now, you know, if you look at chess history as I do, I sort of study different gambits. I study different openings. I study the greats of history, you know, Levy. And these are all the greats. And if you don't know, for a very long time, Russia was the dominant country in the world of chess. It's actually super fascinating if you study the era where it was like height of the Cold War, Bobby Fischer versus all the Soviet grandmasters. It's very interesting. And so apparently under the Putin regime, Russia's chess dominance has waned. And I want to know why.
Putin loves sports. He's mastered soccer, weightlifting, and badminton. He schooled the Russian jiu-jitsu team, and in this ice hockey all-star game, he scored...
let's be real. There is no fucking shot that he schooled the team. No fucking shot. 100% this guy is failing on purpose or letting him win, okay? He's just that good. He's just a fucking natural. He's also like 5'2" and 120 pounds soaking wet, dude. Why do people talk like Vladimir Putin is this alpha Chad?
Schooled the Russian jiu-jitsu team, and in this ice hockey all-star game, he scored 8 goals while skating beautifully.
He's former KGB? Yeah, but like a desk job KGB. He's the type of KGB that like ruins your life, but not the kind that like fights you. He's Russian James Bond.
But I imagine the sport Putin probably loves the most is chess, because Russia dominates chess.
Okay.
Russian and Soviet chess players have won 26 world championships, far more than any other country.
Bro, I didn't realize how fucking chopped we were. We only have 4? I thought Magnus Carlsen was American. I've been claiming him. I've been claiming him in my national pride. What the fuck is this? German Empire has 6? Yeah, this is old as shit. This is old as shit, bro. Kind of unfair to call USSR and Russia the same. They get to Germany and German Empire split out, but USSR and Russia get to keep the same combined totals.
Players have won 26 world championships, far more than...
Yeah, why wouldn't the UK and the US just merge then? They're still a colony. Cuba has one.
Any other country.
Bulgaria has one.
And at least 200 grand...
Is Capablanca from Cuba? Am I crazy? Yeah, I said it. I fucking nailed it. He must have been the one. I kind of know my chess, folks. Okay, I know my history. Paul Morphy. I'm just saying that. I'm putting that out there.
Masters are Russian, more than double the next nationality. Russians have also led chess's governing body for 3 decades.
In chess politics, Russia has played a dominating role. It is definitely important for the Russian leadership to maintain its historic control.
Okay.
But take a closer look, and it's quite clear that under Putin, Russian chess is in decline.
When Putin rose to power in 1999, nearly half of the top 10 chess players were Russian.
True.
But in July 2025, none of them are, for the first time ever.
Damn, really? I didn't know none of the top... Dude, India on the fucking rise. Holy God. India, new chess titan. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm literally blocking all the Indian players. My camera is only covering the Indian players. So it looks to you guys like there is none. There. You can see it. That's really funny. Not intentional. Not intentional.
And if you're at a major chess tournament, you won't see a Russian flag anywhere.
Russia is losing the dominance, but there's obviously also political reasons behind this.
They have completely collapsed.
This is the story of how Russia took control of the chess world and how it's letting it slip away.
You guys think if the Soviet Union, if Karpov had beaten Bobby Fischer, that they would still be around? Do you think that was what lost him that's what led to the downfall? Spassky? Yeah. You guys don't know that Karpov and Spassky were the same person and it was a Russian double agent? You guys didn't know that? You got on that wave yet? You guys don't know that Karpov and Kasparov and Spassky are all one KGB agent who switches? It's kind of weird that you guys haven't. We're not chess guys. Okay, sorry. You guys aren't chess guys. I'll fill you in on the lore.
In the 6th century, chess was invented in India, but it was a much slower game than today's. The queen, for example, could only move one square diagonally.
Damn!
But in the 15th century, chess spread to Europeans who created the modern, quicker version. The queen, for example, could move to any number of squares in any direction. In the 1700s, Russian Tsar Peter the Great.
Russia created the first girl boss with a hot patch. Russia made chess woke. Russia created a Mary Stew. Holy shit. I'm sorry, not Russia, Europe. The first too strong female protagonist? Wait, if chess has been patched, then we should patch it again. Because I think, honestly, that knights are OP. Because they always fork my rook and my king when I'm playing. And I think we should patch it. I think knights should be able to charge through like a real knight. Like if a knight hits a wall of pawns, you should be able to like pick up the knight and brush them off the table.
It came across it and brought it to Russia. There, chess was played mostly by Russia's elite. But in the 1920s, Bolshevik leader Vladimir Lenin gave chess to the people.
Okay.
Lenin believed chess could help sophisticate his mostly peasant population. Plus,
Chess
it
and
was cheap to
checkers
play,
to the
so
masses.
anyone could do it. By the 1930s, the Russian government was building chess clubs for workers, publishing chess magazines, and establishing rigorous chess schools for children. By getting everyone to play chess, the Soviets built a fire hose of talent. From 1948 to 72, every Open Chess World Champion was from the Soviet Union.
Okay.
Every Women's World Champion was from the Soviet Union. And every Chess Olympiad, a biennial tournament between national teams, was won by the Soviet Union.
That's pretty dominant.
It's hard to think of another country that dominated one sport like the Soviets dominated.
Koreans and StarCraft, okay? Search Party, Koreans and StarCraft. They dominated. Faker has been dominating League of Legends.
Chess.
I think it was a bit of a snowball effect.
Peter Doggers is a chess journalist and author of The Chess Revolution.
They would more quickly than, let's say, Western.
Americans have won all the World Series. Do you know that? In baseball. Do you understand that? We've been undefeated in the World Series. We're the world champs. Toronto won? Oh, the 51st state? Interesting. Does this mean what? In the world champ. Japan won the last one? I thought his ear was see-through. You thought this is the wall behind him? He just has a giant gaping hole in the center of his ear.
Talents get access to strong trainers, to a library of books, which was very important in the pre-internet era, that you had access to the theoretical books and the magazines that were showing the latest games. In Russia, that was all centrally organized.
The Soviets' chess champions were smart, disciplined, and cultured. And the Soviet state used them to prove its superiority over its rivals.
Here is where a Russian called Boris Spassky and an American called Bobby Fischer are to fight out the most intellectually exhausting battle known to the mind of man, the World Chess Championship.
The 1972 World Championship match was more than a chess match. It was America versus the Soviet Union, capitalism versus communism. The match was even played midway between the two rivals in Iceland.
There's like a lot of very, very interesting.
Fischer beat Spassky, but the Soviets regained the title.
They just kind of glossed over it, but it's such an incredibly interesting thing. Fischer was like going insane. As Fischer won, he was like going insane. He was like constantly complaining that his room was being bugged, that he kept trying to drop out, and he was like losing his mind. He won the championship, but he like went insane.
And held it for several more decades. It also held on to the women's world titles and won most chess Olympiads. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed, but Russia continued to dominate chess. And
in 1991. And no one thanked me. Okay? No one thanked me. I ended the Cold War with my birth, and no one thanked me. Thank you, said Mitch.
eventually dominate the politics of chess. Meet Kurshan Ilumzanov. In 1995, he was elected the president of the International Chess Federation,
FIDE.
And he believes that chess comes from space.
I was taken by my apartment in Moscow to this spaceship, and we went to some star.
What?
Russia's all over the news, but I'm keeping
thought
my
Bobby
eye
Fischer
on
was
one story in
crazy.
particular, Russia ending its moratorium on nuclear-capable submarines. And what really stands out to me is how different outlets are covering it. This level
This
of
is a ground
insight
news.
is possible thanks only to Ground News.
This is a
Read the
ground
news.
news. I see
So
it.
that's what I use every day.
Check it
And
out.
you can go to ground.news/search party or use this QR code. Ground News and I share the same mission. That's to bring transparency to the news. So thanks again to Ground News for your support.
Okay,
and
check it
now we'll
out.
take you
Search
back to the
party,
episode.
ground news.
FIDE is a lot like FIFA, football's governing body. It declares the world champions and runs the major tournaments. Many of its decisions are voted on by over 100 national federations. And its leaders tend to be...
Didn't Magnus Carlsen decide not to compete in FIDE anymore? Like he's not doing the world championship? Like he dropped out or whatever? Does he do any FIDE stuff? He was tired of winning, but he's still been playing a lot.
pretty shady guys. Kurshan Ilumzanov was the president of a small Russian republic when he was elected FIDE president in 1995. He was eccentric, insisting that aliens once abducted him.
I talked with them, yeah. I understand.
And he was corrupt. Ilumzanov was linked to offshore firms that held the commercial rights to chess events, was suspected of rigging FIDE votes, and most importantly, Ilumzanov often acted in the interests of the Russian state.
Okay.
He favored selling sponsorships to Russian companies like the state-owned oil company Gazprom, and while traveling the world for FIDE, he served as a sort of shadow Russian diplomat.
He was making visits with some of country leaders that we look back on as well, let's say dubious. Hard to believe that he really only played a game of chess and they really only talked about chess there.
His corruption and connection to Russia attracted a lot of criticism.
The chess world deserves a much better choice than Kirzan, who has brought the organization to the brink of financial ruin.
Basically serving as a Kremlin envoy, sort of at the critical points,
Kasparov!
and of course numerous cases where corruption or
So Kasparov's the greatest Russian chess player ever, and one of the greatest chess players ever, maybe the greatest chess player ever. And he, defected from Russia and has been openly critical of Putin for decades now. He's like written a lot of like really great pieces about how Putin has ruined his country.
apparent.
In 2015, the US sanctioned Ilumzanov for having business dealings with Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. And in 2018, after leading FIDE for 23 years, he resigned. But since FIDE proved to be such a powerful tool for Russian soft power, Vladimir Putin pushed for a replacement, Arkady Dvorkovich. He was another Russian politician, but even closer to Putin. And in 2018, he was easily elected to be FIDE president. Even though many in FIDE didn't want a second Russian president, Dvorkovich was viewed as a major improvement.
Okay.
He was a down-to-earth career politician, and he had some very good ideas. One of the things he announced when he was a candidate is that he wanted to introduce term limits.
Dvorkovich also increased FIDE's budget substantially, but he also continued to keep FIDE close to the Russian state. A 2024 investigation found that up to half of FIDE's tournament budget comes from companies in or connected to Russia.
Okay.
And he had many Russians serve in key positions in FIDE. But despite all these Russians leading chess, Russians
who
weren't
cares? They're not winning.
chess like they used to. Technology was killing their advantage. Chess was one of the first games we taught computers to play as early as the 1950s. By the 1990s, so-called chess engines were defeating grandmasters.
Yeah.
Even Russian grandmasters.
Gary is not. He looks disgusted, in fact. Are we missing something on the chessboard now? Whoa! Kasparov has resigned.
Chess engines, then chess
It was a
websites,
sad day
made it
for the
easy
war
for
against
players.
clankers, dude. 1997, Kasparov versus Deep Blue. The first time a human lost to a machine, or the world's best human lost to the machine at something. It was beginning of the end. Our first loss in the Great War.
anywhere to play and train against top talent. Meaning you didn't.
I wonder if Magnus Carlsen could beat Deep Blue. What was Deep Blue 1997 ELO rating? Estimated to be around 2850 to 2900. What is Magnus Carlsen ELO rating? 2839. So right now, Carlsen is like 11 points short of Deep Blue. It will be a fight. He could probably do it. It'd be close. He said himself he'd stand no chance. Not against top machines now, against the Deep Blue from 97. I mean, I think Kasparov almost beat it. It was a couple draws. It wasn't like Kasparov got swept by Deep Blue. Could Magnus Carlsen beat Deep Blue? People are saying he could. It would be equally matched and they would probably score equally, but Magnus could win. Well, I'm Googling. I'm not reading you guys. Sorry. I'm not reading when I'm saying people are saying, I'm reading Quora. And I'm not reading fucking chat.
Need a Russian coach to get good at chess anymore.
In my youth, living in a Danish city, I had no one to play with. I would travel to Moscow to get some knowledge, some atmosphere. That, of course, is completely different.
Peter Hein Nielsen is a Danish grandmaster and coach for several world champions, including the most famous player in the world, Magnus Carlsen.
Magnus Carlsen was also living in the outskirts of Oslo, but he could just log on and play online chess all the time, right? That, of course, makes a difference and makes the game much more democratic.
True.
In the 2000s, non-Russian players started winning a lot of chess. World champions emerged from former Soviet states, but also India, Norway, and China.
Beast.
In women's chess, China built a dynasty. And almost every chess Olympiad after 2002 was won by a non-Russian country.
Chess. That's cool.
Russia was still producing great chess players, but the internet let other countries produce great players too.
Now China has been quite successful on the elite level, but India is perhaps taking over. There are so many Indian kids who cares about chess. They have now building a coaching tradition, but it's just an incredibly popular sport.
I wonder why it's gotten so big in India.
Now, the internet revolution isn't Russia's fault, but what happened next was. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has killed tens of thousands of Ukrainians and possibly 1 million Russians.
Okay.
Pretty much every sport has banned or punished Russian teams, and chess is no different.
In 2022, FIDE cracked down on Russia, banning it from sending teams to the Olympiad, and barring Russian players from competing under the Russian flag, leading to a massive exodus of talent. Several Russian grandmasters switched to play for different countries, dramatically reducing Russia's talent pool.
Wow,
and Russian players are receiving fewer invites to major tournaments, meaning fewer opportunities to climb up the rankings. More invites are going to Indian players. Russian players who support the invasion are being shunned from tournaments. Russia's top grandmaster, Sergei Karyakin, is somewhat of a spokesperson for the Russian war effort.
Wait, why is he in military fatigue?
He would be close to ranking among the top 10 players, but he's listed as inactive for not playing in enough major tournaments.
They still have their super talents that are showing great results here and there. But at the same time, as long as this war is continuing, it will remain problematic for some tournaments to invite them.
While the internet allowed other countries to produce players as good as Russians, the war in Ukraine is preventing Russian players from keeping up. It's also dividing the chess world, with Arkady Dvorkovich, the Russian FIDE president, right in the middle.
Yeah, tough call for him.
It's clear the Russian government is pressuring Dvorkovich to maintain Russia's influence in FIDE. After the invasion, Dvorkovich said his thoughts were with Ukrainian civilians, but then backpedaled by saying the war is a campaign against fascism.
What?
In 2024, the Russian Chess Federation annexed some Ukrainian chess clubs. FIDE decided to suspend it, then reversed its decision. And major FIDE sponsors are still companies like Freedom Holding Corp, a Kazakhstan-based bank.
I mean, it sounds like FIDE is kind of on
Dvorkovich
the
scrapped the term limits he promised, paving the way to stay in power longer. Like every grandmaster, Peter Hein Nielsen is looking for the strategy behind it all.
He's trying to kick the can down the road and try to balance it. They allowed, I think, youth teams back in team competitions, and now the most recent decision is that female teams can come back, but not in the open section. It's a typical Kremlin strategy. Perhaps time will solve the problems.
But Dvorkovich is also being pressured by the rest of the chess world. Many players are opposed to letting Russian players in major tournaments.
I would say, at least in Gary's honor, I'm sure he would take the opportunity to advise against me stating the Russian and Belarusian Chess Federation. That is what I will do as well.
And despite leading FIDE, Dvorkovich hasn't lifted any of the major punishments on Russia.
But what does a divided, embattled FIDE mean for chess?
Dude, I mean nothing. Chess is bigger than ever. Like, what does it matter?
The sport is booming. Newer, faster formats are gaining popularity and more chess is being played online. The attention and money are following.
That's a cool arena.
So what Russian influence does remain may just be holding chess back.
Yeah, it probably
We should
is.
ask ourselves, are we actually happy with this deal that we are sort of Russian soft power too? For me, the answer is extremely obvious. It's a hard no. But it's a
what do they get out of
question.
being part of FIDE?
It's not going to change.
Just the history, I guess?
All right, thanks for watching. That's our 33rd episode.
I mean, that was interesting, but I didn't really learn much new, I'll be honest with you. I did learn that, like, the internet is creating a new wave of chess superstars, and that probably could be me, right? Like, theoretically, if I were to boot up a chess game right now and win in 10 minutes, then I would be, well, I'm 1260. I just realized I'm such a chunk.